The disappearance. They say when you vanish, people forget you. Not her. 3 years ago, I disappeared without saying a word. Not a text. Not a note. Nothing. We had been together for almost 2 years. I met Lena on a freezing winter night at the train station. She was struggling with a huge backpack, and I offered to help. She smiled, and that smile, it changed everything. Lena was warm, full of life. I was not. I kept secrets. Not because I wanted to lie, but because telling her the truth could have gotten her killed. I was in deep. What she didn't know, I was working with an underground investigation unit. Not police. Not FBI. Something quieter, darker. We were trying to take down a criminal network involved in trafficking, and I got too close. Too close to the core. One day, I got the message. You've been exposed. You have 24 hours. That night, I was supposed to meet Lena. I had bought her favorite chocolate and a ring. Yeah, I was going to propose. Instead, I destroyed my phone, changed my name, and disappeared. I watched from the shadows. I saw her post missing person flyers, cry on live streams. Her pain was my punishment. But if I had stayed, she wouldn't be alive now. The organization wasn't just dangerous, they were merciless. If they knew who I loved, she would have been used against me. Or worse. So I stayed gone. For 3 long years. Until one day, everything changed. For 3 years, I lived in shadows. I moved between cities, changed identities, worked odd jobs at night, anything to stay invisible. And yet, I watched her. I had fake accounts. I followed her blog, her TikTok. Her pain spilled into her content. She made videos about missing people. About me. She didn't know it, but her voice became the only thing keeping me sane. I would watch her cry and laugh in the same clip, and my heart would twist. And then came the fire. It happened in a rundown apartment block in a small town where I was hiding out. Flames spread fast. People were screaming. Someone yelled that a child was trapped on the 4th floor. I didn't think. I just ran in. The smoke was thick. Heat crushed me like a fist. But I found the boy, maybe 4 years old, hiding in a closet, coughing, scared out of his mind. I wrapped him in my jacket and carried him down. Just before the exit, a security camera caught my face. That was my mistake. The next morning, I saw it. A blurry video. News headline. Unknown hero saves child, disappears before authorities arrive. My heart stopped. It wasn't the news that got me. It was the comments. People were calling me a guardian angel. A ghost. A myth. But then I saw her post. Lena. She had reposted the video with the caption, "If you're still alive, I know this is you. I'm not angry. I just need to know you're okay." Millions saw it. Her video went viral overnight. And for the first time in 3 years, I cried. I knew I couldn't stay silent any longer. But I also couldn't just walk back into her life. So I created a burner account and messaged her. Tomorrow, 10 p.m. train station. The one where we first met. No questions. Just come. Was it risky? Yes, but I had already lost her once. I wasn't going to make the same mistake again. The reunion. 10 p.m. train station. The same platform where we first met. It looked different now, cleaner, brighter. But to me, it still smelled like winter. Like the moment everything began. And then, she appeared. Same eyes. Same fire. But stronger. She didn't look broken anymore. She looked like someone who had survived a war and came out sharper. Our eyes met. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She just whispered, "It's really you." I nodded. My throat was dry. I had imagined this moment 1,000 times, but none of those fantasies prepared me for the real thing. She stepped closer. "What happened to you?" she asked. "Why did you disappear?" I looked away. "If I told you, you wouldn't sleep at night. Try me." So I told her. Not everything, but enough. About the organization. About how I got recruited to infiltrate them. How things spiraled when I got too close. How I became a threat, a name on someone's list. "How do I know you're not still in danger?" she whispered. I pulled my sleeve up. A scar ran down my forearm, clean deep. "I've had close calls, but I've also been trained. I knew how to vanish. But you left me," she said. Not angry. Just broken. "That was the only way to keep you safe." Her voice cracked. "You could have trusted me. I trusted you enough to stay away." She sat down on the bench. I followed. For 10 minutes, we just sat. No words. Just silence and electricity between us. Then she looked at me. Really looked. "You still love me?" I didn't hesitate. "With every scar, every sleepless night, every second I watched you from behind a screen. Yes. I never stopped." She blinked hard. "Then why are you still hiding?" I reached into my pocket. Pulled out something I'd been carrying for 3 years. "The ring," she gasped. I said, "Because this world isn't done with me yet. But when it is, I want to come back to you. If you'll still have me." I didn't sleep that night. After seeing her again, something shifted in me. The ghosts I had been running from, they didn't scare me anymore. But the people behind them still needed to be stopped. The organization I had infiltrated wasn't just some gang. It was global. Trafficking, blackmail, contracts no government would admit existed. And I had something they wanted, a drive. Encrypted. Buried under layers of false identities and server hops. It held everything. Names. Transactions. Videos. If I released it, I'd burn them to the ground. But I'd also put a target on everyone I ever cared about. So I made a choice. I texted her the next day. "Leave the city. Today. Go somewhere they can't trace. Please. Don't ask questions." She refused. Said she wasn't afraid. Said she'd stay by my side. But I couldn't let that happen. So I disappeared again. This time, for war. I went dark. Changed my location every 12 hours. Sent the drive to a trusted journalist anonymously. One I knew wouldn't get bought, bribed, or buried. And then I waited. 3 days later, it all exploded. Headlines across the world. Arrests in 3 countries. Political names exposed. Leaked footage on every platform. The organization crumbled. And I knew they'd come for me. But before they could, I left one last package. A phone. A note. A drive. All sent to her. Inside was a message. "If you're watching this, I did what I had to do. Maybe now I can finally come home." That night, I walked into the storm. No fear. No regrets. Only hope. They say when you burn down monsters, you don't always walk away. I didn't expect to. For weeks after the leak, I hid in an abandoned boatyard outside the city, always watching the shadows. I had no home. No name. No plan. Then silence. No cars tailing me. No eyes in the crowd. No messages. Nothing. I waited. 1 day turned into 5. And then, she found me. I was sitting on a bench near the old docks, feeding birds, like some broken ghost. That's when I heard her voice, quiet but steady. "Your beard's terrible," she said. I froze. Turned around. And there she was. Lena, wearing that same coat she wore the night we first met. Her eyes weren't full of tears this time. They were full of fire. "You think I'd let you disappear again?" she asked. "I told you to leave the city," I said. She shrugged. "And I told you I wasn't afraid." We sat there, side by side, not saying much, just existing in the same space for the first time in years. She pulled out the ring. The one I gave her the night we reunited. "I kept it," she whispered. My throat tightened. "Even after everything?" "Especially after everything." Then, she said something I'll never forget. "You fought monsters. You saved lives. You walked through fire. And still, your biggest mistake was thinking I wouldn't wait for you." I smiled, really smiled, for the first time in years. I didn't deserve her. But maybe, just maybe, I could try to. That night, we left the city together. No more running. No more lies. Just us. Somewhere far away, in a quiet town where no one knew our names, I finally stopped looking over my shoulder. I finally came home. Not to a place, but to her.